Thanks everyone for taking the time out of the day to join me in updating on the new Dental Systems 2020 and some new 3Shape scanners that we just brought to market earlier this month, September 1st. We have a nice presentation to update all the innovations that have been going on with 3Shape, and we hope you can take advantage of them. Okay, so going forward, couple things on the agenda today in the presentation. First, we'd like to update everyone on the new scanner portfolio with 3Shape. We've updated our e-scanners to Generation Red, and I want to play a couple short videos for you guys to entice everyone for the next couple slides, and then we'll dive right into some of the specs. All right. Hope everyone was enticed by that lead in. But basically, what we're coming to market with is 4 new updated scanners on the e-scanner platform that we came out with in 2017. So what we've done is we've increased the scan speeds across 3 of the models 20% faster. So if you guys are staying current with what 3Shape's brought to the market in the last year, we introduced a new scanner, the E4, last year, and it's been widely accepted across the lab industry, being very fast, accurate scanner. And when we introduced the E4, we developed a new scan platform. Scan platform being the motor or the gears that spin the model in the scanner, the way the cameras and the sensors acquire the data. And what we've done this year is we've taken that development and we added it to the E1, E2, and E3. And in doing so, it makes those scanners 20% faster. So the E1, 2, and 3 are on the next generation scan platform that was developed for the E4. All the scanners have the same great features: the open experience, high precision impression scanning, articulator scanning, auto start scanning at the same great price. As for the E4, it's the same scanner that we came to market with last year, just with some visual enhancements, red rings, but same speed, same accuracy. So that the E4 is pretty much staying the same, and it's the 1, 2, and 3 that are becoming 20% faster. So taking a closer look at each scanner, seeing the different visual changes we've done. Number 1, notice the red rings. Number 2, this is Zahn's branded 3Shape scanners. They're the Novux branding scanners, so you see the nice Novux labeling in the back. The cabinets are all the same color. In the past, the e-scanners cabinets were a different shade of gray, lighter gray with the E1 going darker to the E4. So we decided to make all the cabinets coloring the same. The one difference with the E4 on a visual notice is the E4, the 3Shape logo lights up while it's scanning. What that allows the user to do is, notice that the scanner is actually acquiring data. Sometimes in the scan process, the model or the impression is still, but the cameras are still acquiring data. With that little 3Shape logo light on, it lets the user know that, yes, the scanner is still acquiring data. So just a little difference on the visual when it comes to E4 as well. So taking a look at the specs and comparing it to the older E3 or E-scanner models. So you can see here for full arch scanning, the scan times for the E1, 2, and 3 are 20% faster. So getting the E1 scan down to 32 seconds, the E2 24 seconds, and then the E3 at 18 seconds of full arch scan time. Impression scannings have decreased as well. Accuracies stay the same because this is just scan platform hardware change. How the scanner acquires color between all the models is the same, and the scan strategy has been the same. So basically, the message is faster scanners for the 1, 2, and 3 at the same great price. So next, couple videos. I just want to bring in. Let's go to the next slide. Our Senior Director of R&D for Labs, and I just want to share a message, what he has to tell the market on how we came to develop the updated red scanners this year with 3Shape. So let me bring in this video.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Thomas Allen. I am Senior Director in 3Shape R&D, responsible for our lab scanner development activities. I'm proud to be here today to tell you about the Generation Red e-scanners. 3Shape started more than 20 years ago developing CAD/CAM solutions for the audio and dental industries. Our oldest lab scanner for dental purposes is in fact more than 15 years old. In 2010 we launched the D700 scanner, which is probably one of the most used CAD/CAM solutions today. 2013 we added the D900 scanner model, even faster than the comparative products, with blue LED technology making a big difference for efficiency in the lab. 2015 the D2000 scanner model was added with dual model scanning capability and all-in-one scanning with the click of a mouse. 2017 we added the e-scanners with a warm and welcoming design, really putting the dental model in the center, allowing new workflows for the dental technician and more efficiency still. And in 2019 we launched the E4 scanner, the fastest scanner available today, scanning a full arch in less than 10 seconds. The e-scanner is made up of a combination of fast image sensors, efficient light sources, precision mechanics, and a warm and welcoming design, again really enabling efficient workflows and focus on the work at hand in the dental lab. We thought we could take these platform elements into all the e-scanner products. This is now bringing us the Generation Red e-scanners. So again, we're proud to introduce this platform to you so we can change dentistry together. Thank you, and over to you, Rune.
All right. That's a nice history of where 3Shape has come with hardware for labs. Now, taking a look at all 4 red scanners side by side, we have a quick little video with our technical account manager, Mark Smith, where he's going to do a quick demonstration showing simultaneously scanning across all 4 e-scanners. And here you'll be able to see the difference in scan times between the E4, E3, E2, E1. So let me bring this video up.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Mark Smith. I'm a product manager here at 3Shape. I have the honor of presenting the Generation Red eLab scanners running in real time. So what you'll see right now is all 4 scanners running at the same time, so you get an idea of what is the scan speed for these. So we'll start scanning now. So what you see here first is the E4 running a full arch scan in 9 seconds, and that should be done now. And then the next one in line is the E3, which will do a full arch scan in 18 seconds, done now. And next in line here is the E2, doing a full arch scan in 24 seconds, should be done now. And then at the end you have the E1 doing a full arch scan in 32 seconds. And that's basically the Generation Red eLab scanners. Back to you.
Great. I hope those videos broadcasted well. Just wanted to share with you guys the history of 3Shape scanners and then show the portfolio all in action. I thought that was a pretty good mix of quick updates there. So along with the new hardware scanners, we also have an update on PCs as well. So going forward, all 3Shape scanners will be paired with a Lenovo PC. We'll go through some of those specs. So in the past, we had a HP PC that was paired with 3Shape lab scanners, and they were great for many years, but it was time to upgrade and improve the PCs. So for the E1 and E2 models, we're pairing them with a ThinkStation M720. This will have a solid state hard drive, basically giving this PC and those scanners, better design performances. For the E3, E4, and D2000, we include a ThinkStation P330. And these are professional grade NVIDIA Quadro graphics cards. These are, very fast for scanning and post-processing. When deciding to go with Lenovo and these professional grade NVIDIA graphics cards, we did some thorough testing on scan times and post-processing, comparing the old GPUs with the new ones, and we feel like there's an overall better performance in both scanning and post-processing when we introduce these new Lenovo PCs. We do have a third PC, an Ultra PC, an Ultra ThinkStation. So if you're a E1 or E2 user and looking to purchase, or you're thinking of the E3 or E4, we do have upgrade options when purchasing hardware. We can upgrade to the Ultra Lenovo scanner as well. So next couple of slides, we'd like to compare some of the D series scanners that have been on the market for 10, 12 years and within 3Shape, and compare them to the new E4 scanners. So like my colleague Thomas said in the first video, the D700 has been on the market for close to 10 years. It's probably, the most widely sold lab scanner globally. It was, known as the workhorse of 3Shape, but it had some limitations and it had some older technology. And there is an opportunity to trade up 700 scanners toward new E4 scanners as well. And when doing a trade up, you also get the new Lenovo PC as well. So a lot of times when talking to labs that have older scanners, they ask, what is the real value, right? We know our 700's working great, and we see that the E4 scans in 9 seconds, but what would that really get us? So we did a case analysis with a lab recently that was doing 20 digital cases a day, and we compared that with the D700 versus the E4. And when doing 20 cases, scan times for the 700 are about 75 seconds an arch. The E4 is 9 seconds. There's about an hour saving just in scan time when it comes to, trading up or getting into an E4 scanner compared to a D700. That is a lot of time. Next is accuracy. So the D700 is 20 microns of accuracy. The E4 is 4 microns of accuracy. So you're getting a better data to design off of better when you have a more accurate scanner. The other advantages are the 4 cameras with the E4 compared to 2 on the D700. And with that advantage comes a couple new features where we can leave the dies in the model when scanning with the E4. That also saves some time. Where the D700 with 2 cameras, you have to do an extra die scan when going through the whole scan workflow. E4 being open, you can place the full articulator in the scanner to acquire the bite, where the D700 does not have that capability. So with larger cases set up on articulators, you can just stick the whole articulator into the e-scanner, scan the occlusion, and how it was set up on the articulator is how it'll set up digitally on screen. And the last improvement with the E4 is color scanning. So we have a couple of the e-scanners that can scan in color. This benefits if you're doing any RPD cases. It's beneficial that you can draw on the model with different color pen or pencil, and the e-scanners will pick up that texture. So when doing that partial case, you can follow the outline of where the retention seats are, where the clasps are, and stuff like that. So just some updates on where the improvements are when going from an older D model to the new opened e-scanner as well. There's a lot of time savings in scanning and accuracies. Looking at all past models and comparing 700 models, which were a great scanner. Then we came out with the 800s and the 900s, and scan times and accuracies got quicker and more accurate, but still compared with the E4 scanner. There's a big time savings for full arch scans, accuracies, color, right? A lot of improvements when going to an opened e-scanner as well. So in case you're out there and you're a 3Shape user and you have one of these models, this is a good comparison of what your current hardware can do and what the latest and greatest has to offer as well. Now, if you happen to be a current 3Shape user with one of these models and you're looking at the E4 and what the scan times allow, we do have a TradeUp program. TradeUp program is a hardware purchase swap. So it's a new scanner and new PC. You would keep your old scanner, or excuse me, your old software, your license, your dongle, all that stays the same, which you originally purchased. And when doing a TradeUp, it's a hardware swap. Now, when doing a TradeUp to an e-scanner and a new PC, there is opportunity to upgrade software as well. So if you're a 3Shape Premium user, we now have a new software package called Complete Restore. We have an opportunity to upgrade to Complete Restore at the time of TradeUp, and we have special pricing for those as well. We're also running a great promo right now for TradeUps. So if you're in the market for trading up an old 700, please reach out to your rep, and they can walk you through some of the great promos that we're running to the end of the year as well. So that was an update on hardware. Really excited to bring the new red scanners to market. We are shipping these currently, so there's no long lead times when it comes to the new hardware. And again, the new PCs are paired with them as well. So with great hardware comes great software. And this year we came out with our new Dental Systems 2020 software. This currently was released in June for the US, and there's a lot of great improvements. We'll go over those in the next couple slides, but I just want to bring in some of the different software packages that we have to offer. We have a couple different software packages to fit any type of lab. We have a package for crown and bridge. It's the first column. So this can be paired with any of our scanners. This is a great way to get started with digital for full contour crowns and bridges and frameworks, inlays, onlays, and veneers. The next level of software package is our premium package. These are the first two columns. Premium includes splints and custom trays and smile design and diagnostic wax ups and telescopic copings. as well as everything from the first column that covers crown and bridge. Premium was, for many years, the most popular package, but in 2018, we came out with a complete restore package. Complete restore includes all add-on modules, and today it seems to be the most popular. Also, with users that have our premium package, we have an upgrade path as well. So you can upgrade a premium or crown and bridge package to complete restore, or we still sell modules a la carte like we did years ago. For our removable labs or denturist labs, we have a removable package, which includes the ability to do full dentures, singles, and full over fulls, partials, custom trays, and impression scanning is also included with our removable package. Now for specialty stuff, which are always an add-on software, we have implant planning software, clear aligner software, and indirect bonding software. And having a dental systems, you can add any of those add-ons at a discounted price as well. So it would be an add-on to dental system if you're looking to do any implant planning or clear aligners. So just to recap on what Complete Restore gives a user. So Complete Restore is basically our premium package plus all modules. So it has the ability to do abutments and implant bars and bridges, model builders from any iOS scanner, impression scanning, partials, and full dentures. And like I said, if you are a premium or a crown and bridge user, we do have an upgrade path to get to Complete Restore as well. Great, so that was just a little overview of software packages. So let's go through some of the highlights, what 2020 software has brought to the table. And we'll go through each one of these highlights in the next couple of slides. So number one, we have a great new workflow when it comes to implant bridges. So now we can do what's known as a thimble bridge or a Toronto bridge, where you can do a full implant bridge and then cut back crowns to prep teeth as well. So this will be a new feature with the 2020 update. Next, we realized that labs were using different manufacturing partners for either printing or milling of restorations, and lots of materials got passed over to them. It was hard to search through materials. Well, now we have the ability to favorite a material. We now have some connectivity to lab management softwares right now. Right now, these are the 5 partners that we've integrate with on the LMS side, and there'll be more to come. For the full denture design, we have a new feature with Gingiva, where we can better customize a Gingiva design, and the user has 3 buttons to choose, so they can set up aesthetic Gingiva or a more natural Gingiva, which with a push of a button, the software will bring that design on screen. A lot less sculpting going on. 2 other benefits to better collaborate with clinicians. We have the ability to accept 3D face scans, specifically with Bellus 3D, and an option for labs who are using and working with doctors with Trios to customize order forms to put the indications that the lab has to offer, the materials that they manufacture, to the doctor's Trios. So better connectivity with Trios. So let's dive into each one of these and go from there. So first thing with dental systems 2020, we wanted to be easy to go digital. We wanted to be easy to add new indications and new software from what you're using currently. And number one, easy material selection, less browsing, less searching. We want to allow you to favorite your most used material, put that on the top of your list, and when filling out the order form, it's going to be an easy selection. When it comes to connectivity with third-party iOS scans, some third-party iOS scanners produce a PLY file. We can now import that. So if your doctors are using a, let's say a Meta intraoral scanner that produces a PLY is a colored STL file. We can now bring that into the dental systems and utilize the color to help us design the restoration. The other thing we added for ease of use are videos embedded into each step of the design. So we've always had our user manual embedded into the design process. Well, now we have videos that link to YouTube tutorials. We have over hundreds of YouTube videos of all different 3Shape designs. But now, depending on what step you are in the design process, you have a little video icon. You click on that and the video will pop up. So no need to leave 3Shape when searching for more information, specifically on YouTube. The videos are at your fingertips. Taking a look at the new all-in-one implant bridge workflow. Again, this is new to 3Shape. This is a new workflow design process for implant bridges where you'll design your implant bridge full contour, and you have the ability to do a cutback and control some other features. We've also enhanced the gingiva sculpting so the teeth fit better, specifically when doing the secondary structure. Play a quick little video of how it works. So basically, each tooth, you can tell it to do a cutback. You have control of when it does the cutback. So very similar to an anatomical coping. You have different angles and different handles on, each tooth to control that. So very simple in the designing of these new implant bridge, Toronto bridge workflows. So hope everyone can benefit from that. Next, when it comes to scan handling, we know that a lot of times doctors will send multiple scans with different orders, or a lab is doing a diagnostic wax up and needs to add that to a new order. You're always trying to make it work. Well, now we have the option to morph to additional scans. In the past, you can only morph to a pre-prep scan. Well, now we have the ability to morph to many different scans as well, all done within the Smile Composer. The other thing when working on cases, in the middle of a case, you'll need to save it, or you'll need to export it depending on what you're working on, or combine scans together. Well, now we have a new additional scan handling tool. We introduced this last year, but now we have even more features. So you're able to save and combine models, swap normals, or switch the orientation of a scan, and save on the fly or import additional information on the fly as well. So just keeping it more flexible for you, the users, to benefit from all the additional scans you're receiving. Now, when it comes to managing your lab, many of you use a lab management software. When doing so, sometimes it creates duplicate data entry, right? You have to enter the data in 3Shape, then you have to enter the data in your LMS system. Well, now we have integrations with 5 companies, and there'll be more to come. But basically, everything syncs together. There's an API that links the dental systems to the lab management software. And again, it's less data entry. Information syncs across all platforms. And right now, 3Shape is the exclusive lab software that offers integration with LMS systems. The next thing with Trios, we talked briefly on how a lab can better work with Trios users, and how can a lab place, maybe the specific zirconias or the specific materials that you guys brand at your lab, and place that on the doctor's Trios order form. So right now there's a template where a lab can fill out, upload what indications they can do, what they can't do, and then any specific materials that they offer. And when you upload that onto the Communicate website, the doctor will then refresh their Trios, and they'll now see your lab information in the order form. So just going through a quick little video here to show, here's some custom info getting filled out. This is the custom template, and then on the doctor's Trios, the doctor's gonna choose the lab, pick a crown, and then you can choose the custom materials. So very nice way to brand what your lab can do, what the materials they offer, and sync that to your doctor's Trios. What this benefits the lab as well is when you receive those Trios files, all the material mappings will happen. So less need to reopening the order form and modifying everything. Everything should map over with the correct material files. So very nice and easy when receiving Trios intraoral cases. So just a quick recap of 2020 features, right? We got a new implant bridge workflow, connectivity to lab management softwares, a new Trios order form configurator. That should be out in the next coming weeks as well. So just an FYI on the order form configurator. Still doing some beta testing on that, but that should be out very soon. For the ease of use, we have new videos built right into each design step, material selections, stuff like that. Now, when it comes to dentures, we have a ton of new features in dentures, and I want to go through a couple slides specifically related to dentures. So as a colleague of mine once quoted, digital denture is the new adventure, and we feel that is spot on. Dentures being the last indication of digital, and 3Shape, we feel like we have a great opportunity to provide a digital denture offering. So taking a look at some specs, there's about 50 million dentures that could produce every year globally, and less than 1% are digital. And we all know, because we've probably been doing digital for many years, is digital more accurate, better clinical results, predictable, record keeping, all those things. But with digital dentures, it reduces chair times, it reduces labor costs in the lab. You're still doing design in the lab, but utilizing your 3D printers, utilizing your milling machine overnight as well for those restorations to be manufactured, coming in the next day and finishing those cases. So there's a huge improvement on time savings, both on the clinical level and on the lab side. Now, looking at what 3Shape's done in the last year, and users like yourself have designed, we've designed over 1 million RPD, or 1 million removable cases over the course of 2019. And removable cases consist of partials, custom trays, which are the easiest to design and is a great ROI on doing a digital custom tray and having those 3D printed, and full dentures. And you'll see a huge increase in full denture designs from 2018 to 2019. Why is that? Well, one, we introduced a couple new denture libraries, new features in the software, but it really was driven from manufacturing. 3D printing coming with stronger, more aesthetic materials. Milling a denture, mill times have come down substantially. So now it's, you have a good time savings when you're going to mill a denture as well. And all those factors is what made a 257 increase of dentures designs from 2018 to 2019. And we feel like 2020 is we're even closer to surpassing that as well. So taking a look at workflows when it comes to dentures, obviously it starts with a scan, whether it's a lab scan or now we can accept intraoral scans. It's a design and it's a manufacture. Now in the design process, you, the user, tell the software, are you going to mill this denture or are you going to print it? And when you fill that out in the order form, all the steps associated with milling, offsets, drill compensations automatically apply. If you tell the software you're going to 3D print it, all those offsets apply. Glue spacings, undercut removals, all that kind of stuff will generate in your STL file and make a successful print. So that's the key workflow to a denture. Now, when it comes to scanning a denture, we can scan many different types of dentures. Whether it's your traditional model with wax rim, we can do that. Impression scanning, we can take an existing denture, clinician can take a wash, we can scan that. We can scan additional existing dentures for a copy denture. And now with intraoral scanners that can scan a dentulous, we have a great opportunity to do a dentulous scanning with Trios as well. So talking about copy denture, there's a huge update that we did at the end of last year and added copy denture to the 2019.3 version of Dental System. And what copy denture allows a user to do is take an existing denture, you can put a wash in it if you need, and scan it in, occlusal side and intaglio side. What this will do is it will create a 3D STL file of that denture. And one, you have a replica of that, or two, you can walk it through the software like we're seeing here in the video, separate the teeth, and then locally mill that or 3D print the base and teeth. This is something that digital can only do. It's very hard to duplicate an analog denture. But what this also offers the lab is a different workflow. You can, one, create an analog denture that you've done for years, and before that leaves your lab, you can scan it in and copy it. And one, produce an archive of that denture, or two, separate the teeth like we see in this small little video, and sell a second denture or a replacement denture as well as your analog denture. So there's different business models associated with this. The scan and design time to do a copy denture is roughly 10 minutes. It is a very quick scan, and and then the separating of the teeth in the software is very easy. So if you're looking to get into digital dentures, utilizing this copy denture feature is a great opportunity to get your feet wet. Now, when it comes to full new denture design, designing dentures from scratch, one big update is a new gingiva feature. In the past, to get a nice aesthetic looking gingiva, you would have to sculpt on the gingiva for some time. Surveying our users, they said it was probably one of the longest periods, the steps in designing a denture was the gingiva. So now in 2020, we created this new gingiva section where you can control the sliders for incisal papilla lengths or widths or root thicknesses, and save them and call them a delicate or a natural or an intense denture design. So when getting into this step in a digital denture, you would just click on one of these three versions, and then the software will build that out for you. And this is all customizable as well. You, the user, set and save these slider settings. The other important thing to remember with digital dentures are tooth libraries and different types of outputs. So we have three different types of outputs when it comes to digital denture. we can do a denture base with artificial teeth. This will give you a STL file of the base, and then you would buy a set of carded teeth from one of these providers and glue those in one by one. It's great because we all know these denture teeth are very aesthetic. We know the wear characteristics of these. And again, it's across the board, you'll see these green checks. These are free libraries for all of these tooth companies. So they allow you their library to design a denture base and then purchase carded teeth. Next, we have a monoblock approach. This would be for a try-in. This would be a full STL file of a denture, teeth and base combined. Like I said, this is good for the try-in workflow. When doing that try-in workflow, you can rescan in the case in case the doctor adjusted anything, and you won't have to redesign the case from scratch. It will remember your old design, and it'll morph in what the doctor adjusted. So that's a monoblock approach. And then the last one is bridge teeth. This will give you an STL file of the base and an STL file of the teeth for local manufacturing. Now, some of these companies do charge for tooth STL output. So if you are interested in using one of these providers, please reach out to them, and you might, depending on what output you want to use, you might have to purchase those libraries. But everything in green is pretty much free with each of these providers. So it's a good way to get started. Now, taking a look at the manufacturing methods associated with dentures, we have method 1 and 2, which would be either a milled or 3D printed approach of the base, and then use carded teeth. Again, aesthetic wise, very high because we all been using carded teeth for a very long time. Strength is great. You know, there is some cost associated with stocking all these teeth, but you know, it's a good start. Next output would be the base and teeth STL export approach, where you're going to locally manufacture both the base and the teeth and then glue them together. And again, depending on what you have in your lab, whether it's a mill or a print, we have options to go either route. And when, like I said before, when setting up the order form, choosing a milled approach will give you mill settings, or choosing a 3D printing approach will give you 3D printed settings as well. And both are working very well. Again, depending on what library you're using, double check to see if you have the ability to output STLs of teeth. And then there is a fifth approach. This is combining 3D printing and milling, being that you have a STL of the base and STL of the teeth. Some labs, being creative, will stick that STL file of the base into a 3D printer. We'll stick the STL file of the teeth into a mill in a shaded PMMA, and glue them together. Again, just being creative. These are STL files. You do have flexibility to what machine you want to use. So labs are becoming creative and using everything they have in their lab. Now, just to go over an update of the improvements of the removal software. Again, we came out with Copy Denture last year, but we have some more improvements on workflows within Copy Denture, specifically when separating the teeth. When designing full dentures, we have the new Gingiva section where you can customize Gingiva design. We have a new update with custom trays, the ability to do tissue stops, cut to the scan as well. So utilizing a wax knife to add material onto the intaglio surface of that custom tray, and then cut to the model, creating a tissue stop. So that is an update for the 2020 software as well. So to wrap up, how to get started with digital dentures. One, I would recommend use the manufacturing methods you're using already in the lab, whether it's a mill, mill your dentures overnight, or is it a 3D printer, printing some bases, gluing in some teeth. And then training resources. Zahn has a great training team. 3Shape, we also have training staff as well that can do customized training, or going to YouTube. Both Zahn and 3Shape have great YouTube channels, or our users like yourself have been updating tutorial videos as well, how they do things. And YouTube and social media is a great way to learn more what your peers are doing with 3Shape software. So just to wrap up the last couple slides, why 3Shape? Fast, documented, accurate scanners, very intuitive software, wide range of indications, year-over-year improvements, great training and support by our partners like Zahn, and secondary by 3Shape. And it's a choice of more than 20,000 labs throughout the world. Now, looking at some future trends, trend number one, we all know dentists are going digital. Is your lab ready to accept an iOS scan? If not, then software is your first look. Acquiring some software to accept iOS scans, regardless of what type of iOS scanner they are. You need to design those digitally or partner with a lab that's doing it. Like we discussed in the last couple slide segments, digital dentures, massive opportunity. Is this something your lab's going to offer? Are you still going to do analog denture, but maybe scan that denture in before it leaves your lab and do a copy of it, providing a record, providing a secondary or duplicate denture? 3D printing materials are now becoming stronger, more aesthetic, more indications are now being 3D printed. And aesthetic dentistry is increasing. We see more smile design cases done on the clinical level, more face scans, and 3Shape, we can incorporate all that into our design. So giving you, the user, more tools, more workflows to work closer with your clinicians when it involves aesthetic anterior cases. And growth with digital integrations. Integrating your lab into a lab management software, smoother workflows, updating your Trios users with materials that you brand your lab with, indications that you can do. You can upload these to your Trios users, and their order form will sync with what you can provide. So that's just some future trends. And just to wrap up, the new red scanners that we talked about in the first segment of the presentation, they are shipping now. Here's just an overlook of our manufacturing facility down in North Carolina. These are units leaving, boxed up on pallets, shipping to customers. So this is one of the first times that we're producing a new scanner, and it's shipping within weeks of global announcements. So we're very proud of that. Our teams have put a lot of time and effort with this new technology, and we really hope you, the users, can benefit from them. So the Generation Red scanners, thank you for participating, and really like to thank the Zahn team for putting this webinar together, inviting me to present on the latest and greatest that 3Shape has to offer for 2020. So throughout this presentation, I've seen I've seen some questions. If you haven't asked a question, feel free to type that in the message board, and I'll just go through some of these. Can we align the bite with a pre-prep? That would be a software update. The red scanners, it's a hardware update, so it wouldn't necessarily be a red scanner that can align to a pre-prep. I have seen this request multiple times on a social media forum. We are aware of this and hopefully can include it in the next update. I saw someone's audio is not working. Hope we got that. Oh, we got that fixed. Great. Kind of a vague question. Never had a 3Shape in my lab, but if I wanted to start, which scanner should I buy? I guess as a new user, it all depends on what you would like to design, what types of cases, you know, what's your volume, how many digital cases are we doing. We have great packages for entry level with our E1 or E2 scanner associated with the Crown and Bridge software. But if you are designing abutments or implant bridges, I would tend to look at the more accurate scanners with the, you know, E3 or E4 being 7 to 4 microns of scan accuracy. So, you know, that's some of the things that you need to ask yourself. You know, the E1 at 10 microns is a great entry-level Crown and Bridge scanner. So again, I don't know what your budget is, but it's a great scanner at a really great price, and now even faster. The normal E1, E2, E3 scanners will be discontinued or remain available in our product sales. Okay, so we'll call them the silver scanners. These had a silver ring on the back. So the older E1, E2, E3 are still supported. When we do update software, they will get updated with softwares. So in the past 2 years, every time we've updated the software, it also made the post-processing of scan times quicker. So the older scanners will get updated with software. And again, we're still supporting them, but going forward, sales will always be a red scanner going forward. We'll trade in my 700 with 3Shape. Yeah, we're working on that align to pre-prep option. Currently using an E1. Great, thanks. I hope that's working well for you. Pricing, if you'd like pricing, please reach out to your Zahn rep. They have inventory of 3Shape scanners, and they'll be able to help you, especially if you have little questions about, you know, case volume and what types of cases. They'll be able to help you out and get you into the right scanner model. Is there a removable hybrid type of workflow yet? Was just on a call this morning with our development team, and that's definitely something on our horizon. I'm not 100% sure removable hybrid. We do have some options, and it might take multiple orders to get to that, but we're trying to make it even more streamlined, and hopefully that will come in the next update as well. How do I go about upgrading? I have an E3 and interested in E4. Okay, that's great. I actually got that question the other day. I'd highly recommend, I mean, it depends on if you need multiple scanners, but E3 is still a great scanner. We do sell a scan-only scanner. So being that you might already have an E3, you might want to keep that and keep your software, and you can buy a scan-only. So a scanner without software. We've seen this happen many times because labs will buy a scanner and they'll add multiple seats of software. And now that the software, the designs have been getting quicker, you know, they might already have a couple seats of software associated with one scanner. They need to buy another scanner. But being that they have seats of software, they don't need the software at time of scanner purchase. So we see labs now buying scan onlys and incorporating that into their lab. Great. Any other questions, comments, inputs?
Looks like that's all the questions we have for now, Carl. So
Great.
Thank you everyone for attending the webinar. And if you think you missed anything, this webinar recording will be on our YouTube within the next few days. And I just want to thank you, Carl and 3Shape, for partnering with us on this webinar to make this possible. So thank you everyone for joining the webinar. Have a great day.
Yes, thanks again. I'll stay on for the next couple of minutes in case someone has a question. But again, thank you and appreciate your time.
Thanks, Carl.
Oh, see a couple questions coming in. What is the YouTube channel this webcast will be on? I'll hand that over
This
to
will
Katie.
be on the Zahn Dental YouTube channel. So if you just Google Zahn Dental YouTube, you should be able to find us pretty easily.
Great. Another question coming in. I didn't hear your answer. Does 3Shape have? We do have a TradeUp program. Our TradeUp program is a hardware swap. So you keep your software, you keep your license, all that software and license dates stay the same. It's a new scanner and a new PC. We are running promos right now for D700s, D500 trade-ups. So reach out to your Zahn rep if you're interested with a trade-up, and they'll be able to give you promo pricing. That'll run till the end of the year.